Hello, good people. I'm Chris, and today I want to challenge something that gets repeated a lot in investing. That steady investing is supposed to be boring. I don't believe that, and my experience doesn't support it. Okay, here we go. When I first started, I invested in 3 energy companies and 2 water companies. I know I've said this before, but stick with me. Not because I was chasing hype, but because I understood one simple thing. Mankind needs energy and water. Within 3 weeks, 2 of those companies went defunct. I lost about 120 out of a $300 pie, right? But here's the part people skip over. The remaining 180 turned into over 2,000 in the same time frame. Now, to one person, 2,000 is peanuts. To another person, 2,000 could be life changing. I don't know. All I know is, to me, at the time, that was important. At the time, that was eye opening to me. Now, I'm just talking about me, right? It showed me how markets actually work: risk, exposure, positioning, and upside all at once. Now, I was 50 years old at the time, so maybe my brain works a little bit different from most people, but that's what it said to me, right? That's what it showed me because of the different things that I was looking at the overall market, right? So why that wasn't reckless? I didn't stop investing. I didn't panic. I didn't quit. I kept investing every time I earned side hustle money. I said that in the time I've been doing these videos a couple of years now. I say every single time, every single day that I make any side hustle money at all, a portion of it goes into the market. Now, that was what was working for me. And it happened that way because of those first 3 investments. When it paid off, that just told me I want to always keep something working in the markets, right? So what changed was how I thought. What changed was how I thought. It's up to you whether you keep your old mindset or you begin to listen to me, listen to some other folks out there, read some books, read some articles, grow your knowledge, change the way you're thinking, right? Change your old bad way of thinking and incorporate a new, better way of thinking. It's just a thought, people. I started asking, what is real position size? What I mean by that was all of the water and energy that I bought at the time. I hit the button and I was searching lowest to highest. So the energy and the water that I bought at that time was 17 cents a share. That's funny to be, when you look back in retrospect over the things I've learned over the years. So at the time, it was 17 cents a share. I put $100 in 3 days in a row. So I divided it by 5. So I put $20 into each one of those investments, right? Well, if you did the math, 17 cents into $20 is like 100 and something. So after 3 days, I had 300 and some shares. Let's just say 330, 311, whatever it was 300 and some shares, right? So I thought that was a lot because I hadn't owned any stock outside of my 401k. So I thought 300 and something from scratch was pretty good. Times 5, I had 5 positions of 300, so I moved on to something else. But here's what I learned. What is real position size? What does share count actually mean? How does price per share change exposure? I learned quickly that 300 shares of $100 stock is meaningful. That's something you've accomplished when you start buying something like Nvidia at if you was to buy Nvidia when it was $88 and you ended up with 100 shares, that's an accomplishment, right? Because that's a sacrifice. But when you buying something at 17 cents, 300 shares was not a sacrifice. It was only $60, right? So that taught me something. 300 shares of $1 stock is simply tuition. And tuition isn't failure. It's education you can apply. So what I learned from that, I learned that I didn't put much risk in the game at all when I moved on from $60. Now, when I lost the 120 from the 300, from the two positions that went defunct, and from the other three that made me $2,000 from 180, yes, that was quite eye-opening to me, right? It was exciting to me. But what it taught me is, why was I so cheap and stopped at $60 when I was investing $100 a day? Why didn't I stick with it for at least 5 days so I had $100 in each position? Had I had $100 in each position, anyway, my net return would have been much better. That's something that I learned, right? So the real excitement to me, what made investing exciting wasn't gambling. Because it wasn't gambling, I was taking calculated risks, right? It was learning and adjusting in real time. Every lesson sharpened my judgment. Better sizing, better entries, better patience, better risk management. The excitement came from seeing, oh, this is how it works. That's not luck, that's experience stacking, right? So, as I was saying, so the 17-cent shares, how it netted me 2K. The water went from 17 cents a share to $2.01 a share. That $2.01 a share times 300 and whatever I had netted me a $550 profit. The energy did the same thing. It went from 17 cents to $2.01. Again, netted me a $550 profit. The other energy that survived went to $3.01, netted me a $750 return. So all I'm saying is, it was amazing to me to see how the difference 17 cents could make in my life, right? And then I graduated from there. I sold that and graduated into better and better cheap stock, right? I was moving up the ladder. Okay, so investing becomes boring only when you stop learning. If you're curious, if you're paying attention, if you're adjusting intelligently, it's staying alive. It's staying alive. That learning process is staying alive as you continue to grow. Growth doesn't mean chaos. It means engaged discipline, right? You're not pressing buttons, you're building understanding. And I've said it countless times and I'll keep on saying it. As your knowledge goes, as your financial knowledge goes, so does your portfolio. And I was in the business of building my portfolio. Eventually, as I grew my wealth, as I grew my financial knowledge, I was in the business of growing my wealth. But at first, I was just trying to make my portfolio something that I could be proud of. $200 portfolio, $300 portfolio, that was okay, but I made that was, anyway, moving on, Chris, moving on. Faith and wisdom. Wisdom is meant to be active. Faith doesn't call us to be passive. It calls us to be good stewards. Stewardship requires learning, responsibility, adjustment, humility. And humility keeps you teachable, which keeps growth exciting. As long as you're learning, it should be exciting. It's kind of like when you're in a relationship with your companion, what have you. When a man gets into a relationship with a woman, it's exciting as we continue to get to know one another. When a woman gets in a relationship with a man, it's exciting as you continue to get to know one another. It's once we get complacent with one another, begin to get boring, and you begin to look elsewhere for excitement. But we're gonna leave that alone. So no, investing doesn't have to be learned. It doesn't have to be boring. Investing doesn't have to be boring. Learning is energizing. Growth is engaging. Experience is rewarding. When your portfolio grows from 1,000 to 2,000, that is rewarding. When your portfolio grows from 2,000 to 10,000, that is rewarding. When your portfolio grows to 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, it's possible. But it's possible as long as you keep on learning, as long as you keep on growing, as long as you keep on gaining your experience. Stay curious, stay disciplined, keep learning, my friend. This is how wealth and wisdom compound together. Compound, come together. That's what you want your portfolio to do. Compound, come together. It's only going to happen as you grow your wealth, as you grow your wisdom, and as you grow your portfolio. If this message has helped you today in any way, please hit that like, subscribe, and share it with someone willing to learn, right? Keep growing, keep learning. Walk in wisdom, my friend.